And I think, if we really want to solve the problem of corruption, if we really want to address this concern, present concern of our country now, we should really get to the bottom of this. Dapat walang
Yan.
sinasanto,
Yan.
walang tinatago, at talaga ilabas.
Nako, dito sa video na to, pag-uusapan ho natin ang interview nitong si Congressman Mike Defensor dito kay Ma'am Pinky Web. Marami ho siyang isisiwalat kaugnay doon sa resource person na ilinabas nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta doon sa huling hearing dyan sa Blue Ribbon Committee. At itong si Mayor Benjamin Magalong, nako, matindi ho itong mga kababayan. Isa ho sa mga ika nga tinitignan ng ating mga kababayan kaya nagkakaroon ng kredibilidad yung independent commission na yan dahil dito kay Benjamin Magalong. Pero marami nang inis sa mama na yan kasi nung inimbitahan siya nitong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta nung siya pa ang chairperson ng Blue Ribbon, hindi mo nagpunta yung mama na yan. Pati tayo nagalit dyan Dapat sana kung marami kang dinadakdak sa social media, pagka inimbitahan ka, magpunta ka. Ganun lang ho kasimple. Kaso, itong si Benjamin Magalong, kesyo, nasa Congress daw ang laban, wala daw sa Senado dahil nandun yung mga krokodil. Hindi. Anak ng tokwa. Doon linilitsyo ng mga krokodil doon sa Senado noong si Senator Rodante Marcoleta pa ang chairperson ng Blue Ribbon Committee. Pero bago wala nang yung mga kababayan, kung bago lang ho kayo sa PH Update, isang like at isang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Yun na nga mga kababayan, konting push na lang. Na 991 subscribe. Konting push na lang. 10,000. Nga, wala akong ano yan, ika nga, wala naman, no rush yan, ika nga, darating ang darating. Kung hanggang 999,000 subscriber lang ho tayo, magagawa natin, hanggang doon lang ho talaga. Eto, rekta ho tayo, Mayor Magalong, nagbitiw bilang special advisor ng Independent Commission. Eto kasi yan mga kababayan. Kaya kinuwang special advisor yan, dahil kahit paano, para magkaroon ng katiting na credibility, kasi sino kasi pinaglalagay nila doon, di ba? Ito basa lang ng mga kasama natin dito sa PH Update. Ang dating daw hindi ako nagsabi nito, mga kasama natin. Pambira ka talaga PH, wala ka sinasabi. Wala ka sinabi, di ba? Sabi nila, ang dating parang ano yan kung sino yung pinakamalaking magbigay. Sila maa-absuelto. Parang ang dating kumita kayo, di ba? O sige, Independent Commission, patawag nyo sila. Ilatag nyo dyan. Okay, ikaw. Magkano na kulimbat mo? 10 billion? 10 billion. Ang dating ko kasi mga kababayan, parang parang collection. Ang dating parang auditor Hindi, real talk, kahit nababasa ng mga kababayan natin sa PH Update, sino ba ang mga hindi nagbigay kay Kokak? Ngayon, sa Independent Commission, ayusin natin. Pag-usapan natin yan. Hindi yung mga nababasa ba? Tayo naman siguro itong sabi nito si Magalong, kung ano-ano dinadakdak nitong si Claire Castro sa social media. Kung ano-ano hindi yan ang pinag-usapan ni Claire Castro. O ngayon, nagbitiw siya. Kaisa-isang kung tawagin nitong si Attorney Trix, sanitizer nitong si Marcos Jr. Panghugas kamay ba? Di ba pagka naglilinis tayo ng kamay, merong alcohol. Isa sa mga alcohol niya, itong si alcohol. Alcohol niya itong si Benjamin Magalong. Ngayon nagbitiw na siya. Ito, makibalita ho tayo dito kay Ed Lingaw. Game!
Biglang nagbitiw ngayong gabi si Baguio City Mayor Benjamin Magalong bilang special advisor.
Na-miss ho natin, na-miss. Kasi medyo napagala ho tayo ng panandali ang oras. Pero dito sa isa na to, ika nga, arangkada na ho tayo ulit. Ang dami nating na-miss. Pero kahit paano naman, nakakapag-upload naman ho tayo. Ayaw kasi nating mawala sa sirkulasyon kasi ang hirap bumalik. Yung tipong, ano na bang nangyari? Sino na bang mga kasama nitong si Bangag, di ba? Ang hirap Tuloy natin. Game.
Ng Independent Commission for Infrastructure or ICI.
Wala pang 2 linggo yan mula nang italaga siya sa posisyon. Nag-resign siya ngayon effective immediately.
Maligalig, no? Maligalig. Ito si Benjamin Magalong, maligalig Ayoko na dyan. Hindi po mga trabahanteng hindi mapakali sa isang trabaho. Hindi yung pagka merong nakitang mas malaki kita, mas maganda. Ayoko na dyan, dito na ako. Hindi yung mapirmi sa isang lugar Ito titirahin nyo yun. Maya-maya merong makikita, mas malaki pala kitaan doon. Ito na lang ako. Malaki dyan. Magalong ha, parang may naaalala ko sa'yo.
Sa kanyang pahayag, binigyan din ni Magalong na ang mga anunsyo mula sa Malacanang ay taliwas sa mismong kondisyon ng kanyang appointment. Anya,
Ako?
ito'y nagpapahina sa mandato at papel na pinagkatiwala sa kanya. Dagdag pa ni Magalong, may mga sitwasyong nakapaglalagay ng duda sa tunay na kalayaan or independence ng ICI dahilan para hindi na raw siya makapagsilbi ng may integridad. Pero ginit din ni Magalong, kailanman ay hindi niya pinabayaan at hindi niya papabayaan ang pangunahing responsibilidad niya bilang alkalde ng Baguio City.
Bago pa man malaman ng publiko ang resignation ni Magalong, kanina sinabi ng Malacanang na kinikilala nilang ambag ni Magalong sa investigasyon ng anomalya sa flood control projects. Sa kabila niyan, hindi raw gugustuhin ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na makaligtaan ng alkalde ang kanyang mga kababayan sa Baguio City. Ito
Kinonsya. Pagka nga naman tinamaan ka ng bangag. Kasi mga Magalong, nagdidikit-dikit ka sa bangag eh. Yan tuloy, kinukonsensya ka ng bangag. Simple lang, Magalong. Alam mo, ay ikaw naman, oo. Politika lang naman yan eh. Para lamang ika nga yung mga kalaban sa politika, madikdik dyan sa issue na yan. Pero bottom line dito, alam mo na mayroong pananagutan ng administrasyon dito. Alam mo yan. Huwag na tayo maglokohan dito. Naknanto ka. Ang dami na nga nagsasabi, may problema ang budget. Nagsampa sila ng petition sa Korte Suprema. Pinirmahan pa rin nung Pinirmahan pa nung merong saltik sa utak na presidente natin. Di ba? Pinirmahan pa rin niya. Mantakin nyo yung mga kababayan. Meron na nagsabi, meron problema yung yung budget na yan. Huwag yung pakialaman, huwag nyo munang galawin, balik yung bycam. Anong ginawa ng bangag? Di ba? Pinirmahan pa rin niya. Ikaw, alam mo na yon. Alam mo na yon na pinsan niya, speaker. Yung mga alagad ng pinsan niya, sila may pananagutan sa lahat ng kabalbalan na to. Pero sumali ka pa rin. Para saan? Para madikdik yung mga kalaban mo sa politika sa Baguio. Alam ko, sincero ka. Sundalo ka eh. Di ba? Pero ang problema dito, nung inimbitahan ka sa Blue Ribbon ni Senator Dante Marcoleta, di ka nagpunta. Anak na to ka, yung mga kababayan natin, naku, ito na si Magalong, matagal na nagsasalita to, mabibigyan na siya ng entablado para malabas lahat ng sama ng loob niya. Di ba? Anak na to, support pala. Akala ko makakatira na yung tipo. Wala. Pambihira, oo. Ngayon, parang empleyado na hindi mapakailay sa trabaho. May nakita na malaki sweldo, kahit na meron siyang ginagawa, nag-i-excel siya doon. Hindi, ayoko dyan, malaki perahan dito. Ayoko dyan. Malamang siguro, nauntog ulo niya, na-realize niya, naknanto ko, parang merong saltik yung tagapagsalita ng Malacanang. Kung anong pinagsasabi sa akin. Mga sinto-sinto sinamahan mo, yan ang problema, Mayor Benjamin Magalong. Ngayon na nga, punta na ho tayo dito kay Congressman Mike Defensor. Namiss ko tong si Kong Mike, ha? Hindi ko rin personal nakikilala ho itong mga kababayan, pero kaibigan ho ito ni Robert T. Barbers. Kaya ang tanong ng mga kababayan ho natin ngayon, hindi ho ba magagalit sa inyo itong si Congressman Ace Barbers sa ginagawa? Parang kailan lang nagpa-podcast pa kayo no? Pero yan, tunay yan, ika nga. Kaibigan niya ni Senator Dante Marcoleta. Hindi ako nagkakamali, 18 Congress. Nung congressman pa yan, isa ho yan sa mga sinusubaybayan natin sa Senado. Sa House of Representative. Ito, interview niya dito kay Ma'am Pinky Web. Ang dami ho natin papasadahan ngayong araw na to. Ito, pagkatapos ito, upload. Yung mga punto de vista ho natin, kinikim-kim natin, di natin mailabas na maayos. Ito na, game. Ano ba yan? Ba tayo gumana?
You also for having me here.
Senator Marcoleta said you were the one that called him prior to Thursday's Senate hearing and had asked him to meet him in a restaurant somewhere near the Senate. And this is supposedly where you introduced Senator Marcoleta to Sergeant Gutesa. Is this true? And tell us more about that meeting.
Yes, that's correct, Pinky. Initially, this guy, through a common friend who's also a soldier, wanted to see me, and he gave me some snippets of what was happening in relation to his work with Congressman Saldico. So I told him, it's best to discuss it with Senator Marcoleta because that's really was his intent, for him to brief Senator Marcoleta on on what's happening on their side, the delivery of money. And so I said, okay, best to meet him and to discuss him with him, to the senator, the stories that you've been telling me. So I visited Senator Marcoleta. In fact, initially we were discussing it, and I said, there's this guy I wanted to discuss with you. And Senator Marcoleta said, okay, but I have a session. But I said, let's see if he really wants to see you, then we can do that before your session. So I called him up and I said, okay, he's here. He wants to tell you this story. And then he asked me again about the details. I said, I really can't tell you. Best that you come here and you discuss with him. So si Sergeant Gutesa told him his story, and he also presented a draft statement of what he wanted to say. And ako nga, na-shock din ako. No? I was shocked about hearing some of the details. Some of which, sabi ko, wag na yan kasi material naman yan dun sa scam that we're discussing about. So eventually, si Gutesa, Sergeant Gutesa, I left. No, I left before Senator Marcoleta, and I think he left also early, before the meeting ended. And then Sergeant Gutesa went to the notarial service to have it notarized. And then, in the morning, he went to the Senate, and he was presented by Senator Marcoleta.
You met in a restaurant near the Senate?
Near the Senate, about 5 minutes away.
Yeah, it's a restaurant that I know Senator Marcoleta had mentioned. The name just escapes me now, but it was in a restaurant that you all met. Who were the people there? Yourself, Senator Marcoleta, Sergeant Gutesa, and anyone else, sir?
Yeah, there was someone else there, but I really don't want to reveal their names anymore. There are soldier friends, and I think it's best because they really don't want to be involved in the issue. In the same way, Pinky, I'm also a private person. I don't want to get involved in the political issues, but I felt, this is something that we should really, if there's truth to it, it should be revealed. This is for the country. This is a situation we're in now. The corruption crisis is really affecting all of us. It's an open secret in Congress. A lot of people know it. Even the banks know about it. And I think it's time that we really address this issue. And I think the things that he pointed out, the carrying of money 3 times a week, coming from Congress and being delivered, this is really appalling for me.
Your common friend, the one that introduced you or served as a bridge to Sergeant Gutesa, obviously, you don't want to name the common friend. Sabi mo nga, ayaw mo nang magdagdag pa ng individuals dito, hindi ho ba? Would that be correct, sir?
Yes.
Si common
yes,
friend.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Si common friend po is a friend that you truly trust. Malapit ho ba siya talaga sa inyo? Just give me a little bit of a little description or how close you are to this common friend, just to be able to kind of put the pieces together with Sergeant Gutesa, sir.
If the question, if it's political, wala, nothing. It's not political. These people are also concerned for the country. They heard what Gutesa said. And the other people with Gutesa, I believe, from what I heard, will also come out and will reveal also what they know. So I think that's the point. I think bottom line here, I saw the list of the Department of Justice. Secretary Boying is also a good friend of mine. But, if you notice, Pinky, there are 2 names consistently being mentioned by Alcantara and, by Mr. Alcantara. This is the name of Mark Gaitas and I think, if I'm not mistaken, Paul Estrada.
Opo.
Yeah. And the whole departure order, the freezing of money from AMLA, this has not been done. And these 2 key people are the ones consistently coming out about receiving money, giving money. And I think, if we really want to solve the problem of corruption, if we really want to address this concern, present concern of our country now, we should really get to the bottom of this. Dapat walang sinasanto, walang tinatago, at talaga ilabas.
But
Hindi, yung tipong pagkamalapit na kay Martin Romualdez, hindi yung tinitigil yung hearing, hindi yung pinapalitan yung yung chairperson, di ba? Ako kinakabahan na naman ako niyan dahil papunta na naman tayo dito kay Martin Romualdez, baka, di ba? Baka bukas makalop, iba na naman ang yung Senate President. Ito ano lang kumbaga nagwo-worry lang ako. Alam niyo naman kasi kalakaran diyan sa Senado, 'di ba? Pagka napupunta na kay Martin Romualdez usapan, nag-iiba liderato. Sana naman wag sana mangyari dito sa isa na to.
Congressman, yung pong sinabi nyo kanina that meron pa pong iba na posibleng lumabas, ibig sabihin ho ba nito, there will be others, have you spoken to other people who want to, kumbaga, patotohanan itong sinabi ni Sergeant Gutesa?
When Sergeant Gutesa was in front of me, while he was discussing about he was in discussion, he would constantly call someone or someone would call him and then they would say, yeah, lalabas ako. Hindi, sabi niya, suportahan niyo ako, Marines tayo. And then today, I get messages na a lot of those with them, and if you recall in the Senate hearing, he was talking about 90 people.
Right.
Some of them, ex-Marines, and some of them mga active police. May mga sinasabi na that they want to come out and also say and tell what they know and what they have observed.
Congressman, for premise yung 90 na minention nyo po, that was mentioned in the Senate, ito po yung sinasabing 90 daw umano na security or nagbabantay or in shifts kay Congressman Zaldico. Would that be correct, sir?
That's correct, Pinky.
Okay.
From what I understand from the
Nako.
explanation of Sergeant
Paano na lang pagka merong witness na lumabas ulit? At sinasabi na, kasama ho kami dun. Isa ho kami sa mga pumipick up ng basura. Pinagpaguran na sambay ng Pilipino, tawag ni Martin Romualdez at itong si Saldico, basura. Ano ng Petrang
Gutesa. Some of them sometimes will be assigned to be securing the houses. Some of them will be assigned in the delivery of money. Some of them would be assigned to be advanced or close-in security for Congressman Saldico.
Yeah.
Okay. So, be that as it may, sir, no? So, meron po siyang daladalang draft statement. I just wanted to get yung inyong personal na pagtanggap dito sa sinabi ni Sergeant Gutesa. When he told you this story, did you immediately believe him? Or were there red flags?
Walang red flags eh. And you know what he told me, even if they check, it's easy to check. If he's a security detail of a Bicol party list, if he's part of this, makikita mo talaga. And when he was talking, in the same manner when he spoke in the Senate, parehong-pareho eh. And then number 2, Pinky, yung sinasabi na it wasn't notarized. He did it in good faith. Walang sumama sa kanya, hindi ko siya kasama. So, tama yun. Imbestigahan niyo yung notaryo. If there's something wrong with that, then we really have to clarify. Ang pagkakaalam ko is si Attorney Pechi, you mentioned Pinky earlier. Yeah, is working with the Bureau of Jail currently, and she just passed the bar recently. Because I check also, sabi ko, ano ba itong issue na to? But it's immaterial for me since he made a sworn statement in the Senate. He made a statement under oath, which carries also the weight of evidence in a legal proceeding. Whether may mali yung notaryo, he signed it, he presented it to the Senate, and then he verbalized what he said. That's enough, no? That's evidence.
But Congressman, if you're in
yeah.
the Senate and then you say, I have a prepared affidavit that is signed and notarized, dapat ho lahat yon ay in good faith. Dapat lahat yon ay tama. Dapat yung sinabi mo ay katotohanan, dapat po yung nag-sign na notaryo ay talagang signature po ng notaryo. Hindi ho ba?
That's correct. No, actually, yung principle ng pag notarized, di ba, is that you're making it a public document. And then you take an oath in front of the officer, the notarizing officer. Now, I ask you, Pinky, pag ikaw ba nagbenta ng lupa and nagpa-notarize ba, alam mo ba kung yung taong kausap mo, i-deny ka later on or siya talaga yung tao? Di ba, you're doing it in good faith, technically.
Sorry, sir, are you saying that the lawyer really signed this and then is now saying that she actually didn't?
Oh, yes.
Go ahead, sir.
Because you know what? He went to that office. He had it notarized. So he was doing it in good faith. Now, assuming niloko siya or scammer yun, I don't know. But he went to the Senate and he said the same statements. So as an evidence, giving it legal weight is already there. Yung issue nila doon, I think it's slightly sued. The thing that we have to discuss with Sergeant Gutesa is, totoo ba yung nagbigay ka kay Mark at saka kay Paul ng pera? Totoo ba linggo-linggo nagdi-deliver kayo 3 times a week? I think these are the issues that have to be addressed.
Yeah, but those are also the questions asked during the Senate hearing. If of
Exactly.
course, hindi ho ba? Hindi, pero ang problema ho kasi dito, which dinala nyo na po yung conversation is, well, first is, ito ngang sinasabi ni lawyer na ganito po. Ang sabi niya, and I quote, I categorically deny notarizing, signing, or participating in the preparation of the said document. The signature and notarial details attributed to me are falsified and unauthorized. Ibig sabihin po, yung signature ni attorney dyan, hindi siyang gumawa. Yung yung sinasabing pag-prepare nitong affidavit, wala po siya dyan. Yung kanyang pag-participate doon sa preparation of the document, yung pag-sign, sinasabi na niya po, I categorically deny. So
Then
now,
then it should be investigated. She should be investigated. As far as Gutierrez's statement is concerned, it is legal. Kung dinideny niya yon, doesn't matter. Legal yung statement ni Gutierrez. What he said during the Senate hearing has legal weight. It can be as evidence. Walang pinagkaiba yung ninotarize dun sa statement niya because he read the same thing. So, if people are saying mali yun, hindi notarize,
Ito lang para mabilis tayo, no? Okay na, hindi na notarize, wala na tayong pakialam doon. Pinanumpaan niya yon sa Senado. Nanumpao siya na sinasabi, 'di ba, bago kayo magsalita diyan, nangangako ka na sasabihin mo totoo, lahat ng katotohanan at buong katotohanan, 'di ba? Gaganon-ganon ka pa doon eh. 'Di ba? Gaganon-ganon ka eh. Ngayon, yes your honor ka. Yun na yun. Nag-oath ka na hindi ka pwedeng magsinungaling. Lahat na sasabihin mo, mga katotohanan. Kahit kadalasan walang katotohanan mga pinagsasabi nila dyan sa mga hearing na yan. Pero pagka yun, tinayuan itong si Gutierrez na talagang itong mga statement na to, talagang sinabi ko yan. Yan talagang totoong nangyari. Diba? Wala na ho yun. Hayaan yung mga yung nag-notaryo, dalhin nyo dito ako mag-notaryo. Kung kayo ako mag-notaryo niyang papelis niyan, notaryo, dami yung problema.
doesn't matter. What is that legal basis ngayon? Kung imbestigahan nila, good. They should investigate that lawyer. They should investigate what happened.
So, Congressman, basically, kayo po ay naniniwala na si Gutierrez ay talagang nagpunta dito kay attorney at pinatutuhanan po yung kanyang affidavit at si attorney po ay talagang nag-sign doon sa kanyang sinumpaang salaysay at ninotaryo po ito. Gutierrez,
Yes.
is Gutierrez telling you na talagang ginawa niya yon at doon siya talaga nagpunta kay attorney Pichi Rosas Espiras?
Yes, Pinky, the truth is, walang motive si Gutierrez na manloko ng notaryo. Kasi yung sinabi naman niya sa Senate is the same.
Yeah,
There's no motive on the part of Sergeant Gutierrez to fake a notarized document because he said it the same. It's not perjurious on his part because it was in good faith. Now, as to the lawyer and to that office, they should investigate. Why is she backtracking now? Why is he saying now that didn't happen, that Gutierrez didn't go to their office?
Just going back to what you said, na wala hong, I forget the exact word you said, walang...
The motive. No
walang
motive.
motibo si Gutierrez na magsinungaling,
Yes.
hindi ho ba? Ang tanong ko po, ano po ang magiging motibo ni attorney na siya naman po ang magsinungaling?
Pwede siyang tinakot. Pwede siyang sinabihan na sabihin mo, hindi totoo yan. Because, that's the only way they can discredit this person. That's the only way they can, bring down the statements he delivered to the Senate, to the Blue Ribbon Committee. So, which is, sabi nga ng mga lawyers, I've been seeing a lot of comments on social media.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. I mean, what he said was already there. He went there in good faith. In fact, hindi nga kailangan niya magpa-notarize eh. If he verbalized what he said in the Senate, that would have been enough legal evidence and enough weight to be part of a court proceeding. So, yeah, Pinky, thank you for that. And I think yun din ang worry ko na itong abogado medyo pinressure kasi why would you now deny that you notarize a statement?
Correct.
Doesn't make sense.
Baka baka pinuntahan siya kung. Ang toko, wala ka naman, di ba?
Any ideas, sir, if indeed the attorney, as you claim, was pressured, who would pressure her?
People who were mentioned, I would think. People who would be affected, I would think. I checked the background of the lawyer, and I believe that she currently works in the Bureau of Jail, the penology and penology. So I'm not sure. I don't want to cast aspersions on the lawyer, but yes, I think it should be investigated by the Blue Ribbon Committee.
But before we go on a break, sir, just do you feel that posibleng kayo naman po ang magkaproblema because you're the one basically now saying that this lawyer is the one lying?
Hindi kasi alam mo, Pinky, from day one naman I don't want to get involved, and this person said these things, and I facilitated that he give his statement to Senator Marcoleta. If they will give me a problem, so be it, because this is for the country.
Correct.
This is a problem of corruption. Everyone's complaining about it. Everyone knows about it. I think it's about time that we address this issue.
Okay, quick question, sir. Yung sinabi niyo nagkita po kayo, sabi mo may dala na po siyang draft statement, hindi ho ba? Would you know sino ang tumulong kay Sergeant Gutesa na gawin na po yung draft statement nung nagkita-kita po kayo together with Senator Marcoleta?
No, Pinky. In fact, hindi pa naman notarized yun eh. It was
Yes.
just salaysay that he did.
Opo,
It came from him.
Pero meron na ho bang tumulong sa kanya? Typewritten na ho ba yun? Yung kanyang sinabing draft statement? Ano po yung pinakita niya sa inyo?
Typewritten statement.
Did it look like the one that has been making the rounds on social media and what we've been showing? Yun na ho ba yun? Yan. Yung pong,
Basically, yeah. Basically,
yan na
yes.
yun.
Yeah.
So obviously, of course, you would get a lawyer to do that for you, right?
Yeah, I think when that was being drafted, even in fact some of the words may mga ano lang tinwik-tweak lang.
Apo.
Yeah.
Okay. We just need to take a very short break. We'll continue our discussion with former Cong.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, rekta na ho tayo. Wala nang break-break nga. Diretso na game.
Welcome back to On Point. Still with us, former Congressman Mike Defensor. Congressman, thank you for your time. So, when you met, nakita niyo na po yung papel, yung kanyang draft statement, that it's very similar. Would you say it's exactly the same what came out in the Senate, sir?
More or less, yes.
Okay, yun na po yun.
Yes.
So, what did he say? Pagkatapos po nun, yun yung after the meeting, tama ho ba, dun siya umalis at nagpanotaryo?
Yes.
Okay. And when you talked to him, did you talk to him recently, sir? I mean, after the Senate hearing?
No, I haven't. But message has been relayed to me that wala lang kasi syempre I was worried about his safety, kung kamusta lang siya. And some people told me that, friends of his told me that he's okay and he's with his fellow Marines, some of them, the officials who parang gusto na to protect and to ensure the safety of Sergeant Gutesa.
So meron ho talaga nagpo-protect.
O para doon sa mga uutusan ha na dispatchahin itong si Gutesa, good luck na lang sa inyo. Pinoprotektahan ho siya ng mga kasama niyang Marines. Saludo sir ha, saludo. Ang daming natuwa sa ginawa mo na yan. Yan, tingnan niyo mga kababayan. Ito kasi si Ping at saka ito si Soto parang mga sinto-sinto eh. Di ba? Tingnan nyo, nung nagsalita si Gutesa, nagpalakpakan ng buong Pilipinas. Nagpalakpakan ng buong Pilipinas kasi yung mga pangalan na hinihintay na mabanggit dyan sa mga hearing na yan, finally, nabanggit nitong si Gutesa, di ba?
Protekta sa kanya. Because he didn't even want the witness protection program or to be secured by the Senate.
Yung mga Marines, I understand sila Colonel Corbin also went there to visit. I'm not sure if General De Leon went there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So-
the fellow Marines that he's with.
Apa. Congressman, let's just, I want to ask you about siguro some possible circumstances that may happen. Kasi dahil nga dito sa pag-deny ni Attorney Peachy Roses Espiras regarding, notarizing, signing, or participating rather
Ubo na
in the said
tayo.
document. Some senators might, or actually have said, I think it was Senator Erwin Tulfo who said that posible ang mawala ng saysay yung testimony niya. I'm not sure if those were the exact words, sir, but to that effect. What do you say to that?
Si
And
Lobinder.
a possible background check on Gutesa. Is that something you welcome, sir?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, they should do a background check if they feel it and if they want to. But I think they should call Paul and Mark, Paul Estrada and Mark Gestay to the Senate committee hearing. As far as the testimony or supposedly they're saying it's not notarized, it's up to the Senate. Pero, for me, it saddens me that there's this opportunity that we can correct the situation. May magagawa tayo para sa bayan, narinig na natin lahat. Actually, kaya naman lumabas tong si Sergeant Gutesa, kasi nagulat din siya when he found out na yung perang dinadala nila, tapos narinig na yung flood control, tapos magkano yung kinukuha ang pera. So, this was also in the minds of those doing their jobs with Congressman Saldico. So, it's up to the Senate. But what I'm saying is, I have no political motivation here. Wala akong agenda. Nagkataon siguro, he knows that I'm close to Senator Marcoleta. He wanted to say these things. He wanted to reveal what is happening. It's up to the Senate and to the government.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
I think this is our chance, the opportunity for all of us to really clear the issue and to get to the bottom of this problem.
Congressman, I did want to ask you bakit si Senator Marcoleta at sinagot nyo na nga po dahil alam nila na malapit kayo kay Senator Marcoleta.
Yes.
Sino ho bang may alam? Si Middleman, yung naging common friend po, o si Sergeant Gutesa mismo? I'm assuming it's the person.
Sergeant Gutesa. I think a lot of people know that, but in this particular case, it was Sergeant Gutesa who really told me about it.
And ang gusto niya talaga makausap was
Yes.
Senator Marcoleta.
Butante Marcoleta.
Okay, a denial from former Speaker Martin Romualdez. I want to put this up on screen. It was yesterday nang nilabas niya ito. Ang sabi nga niya po that yung sinasabi kasi ni Sergeant Gutesa na nagdala siya umano ng pera beginning December 2024, the former speaker was saying that that house that was mentioned by Sergeant Gutesa has been undergoing renovation since January 2025. So, doon pa lang daw ay mali na.
Yes. Yeah. For me, again, I think it's something that should be taken up if they want to take it in the Senate committee to strengthen their evidence, or they want to take it up in court when they eventually file. Pero di ba, Pinky, if we're the ones investigating, the first things we have to establish is sino pa to yung dalawang tao. Like I mentioned kanina, minention na ni Alcantara. Second is, totoo ba itong si Gutesa? Sino ba bang kasama niya? Did they really work for Saldico? Okay, sino-sino? O, itong yung mga kasama, did you really do the delivery? Did you go here? Did you go there? And so on and so forth. So,
Correct.
what I'm saying is, if you want to shoot down Gutesa from the very onset of what he was saying, fine. Kung yun ang tingin ng Senate committee, okay lang din sa akin, no? It's up to them. But if you want to really look into the details of what he was saying, if this is true, and check where this money is coming, hindi ka natin alam kung saan yung galing yung pera eh. For all intents and purposes, baka kung saan naman yun. But if this is really the flood control money or money coming from infrastructure projects, then I think it's also incumbent upon the officials to check on what he was saying.
I guess when you read when we went through the statements made by Gutesa, hindi ho ba? Sabi nga niya, meron po silang group chat nga, kaya there were times na siya po yung kasama sa pag-deliver ng tawag po nila basura. Paminsan nakikita niya checking their chat group that there were deliveries also of basuras na wala po siya doon. But if you have Congressman Martin Romualdez saying this, siguro better to say it, quote it, the most telling flaw is the witnesses' claim that deliveries were made to McKinley beginning December 2024. Imposible yan. The property has been under renovation since January 2024. I stand corrected there. Sabi ko po January 2025.
Yeah.
Has been under renovation since January 2024 and was unoccupied except for construction workers. Falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus. False in one thing, false in everything. False rather in everything. Why do you think there was a flaw here? Bakit mo po magde-deliver ng pera 3 times a week sa isang bahay na kung saan nandun po ang mga construction workers as stated by Congressman Martin Romualdez, sir?
Yeah, again, I don't want to get in a personal fight with the speaker. We were together. We've been good friends. When he ran the first time, Senator Marcoleta and I were together. Ito para sa bansa lang. Para sa bayan, tingnan natin. If he's saying that, fine. If they want to investigate it further, simple lang naman yan, Pinky, to corroborate it. You check all those people with Saldico. Diba? Oh, you check the people who were delivering money. Did you really deliver in that address? Did you deliver in another address? Once they have that, it's finished. I don't think it would take rocket science to establish these facts or this case, for that matter, yung investigasyon nila, kung talagang gusto nila.
Posible ho bang nagkamali kaya si Sergeant Gutesa?
I really can't say, Pinky, pero klaro din naman yung sinabi niya, di ba? I delivered in this address, ito yung gate.
He mentioned the number.
Yeah, and then we do it 3 times a week. Kung hindi dito, binanggit niya yung bahay ni sa 19 Nara, yung sabi niya, kay Michael Yang. So, again,
Okay.
if they just exchange words, we really can't tell.
Okay.
But for me, if I was investigating it, I don't need to be a police, an NBI, nor to be a senator or congressman. Papatawag ko lang yung mga kasama doon sa trabaho and ask them, is this really true? You already have your facts.
One last question, sir. Is there anyone else? Have you spoken to anyone else that is willing to corroborate the statement of Sergeant Gutesa?
I did not talk to Sergeant Gutesa, and I don't even know the group, the 90 plus ex-Marines or the police currently, but there are messages to me by some former military officers, some friends, who are telling me, yeah, they heard that some people will be coming out.
Former Congressman Mike Defensor, sir, thank you so much for your time.
Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dito na una tatapusin ng ating reaction video. Ang bottom line dito, wala nang Lusot itong si Tamba sa lahat ng kabalbalan na nangyari na to. Maraming salamat to. Kalinat ng Pilipinas.